Hey guys, welcome back to the channel McNallie Money, your home of all things stock, investment, and personal finance related. In today's video, we have a really exciting one for you. The company name is Realbotix. We're going to be interviewing the entire gang, including Arya, their humanoid robot. My first time ever interviewing a robot on the channel, so very exciting, a lot to go through. Before we do though, please take a second, smash the like button, you guys. Huge help to myself and the channel, especially in getting this content to other people like you who may find value. If you're not already subscribed, McNallie Money, feel free to join and let us know in the comment section below if you've heard of this company before, if you're currently holding shares, and your outlook on this sector moving into 2025. Now, with that being said, let's get into today's interview. Okay guys, so that's right. Today's video, a first of its kind on the channel. As you can see to my right, we have a robot on the platform for our first inaugural interview here. So before we get to that, a quick introduction to Realbotix. Alongside the robot named Arya, we also have the CEO, Andrew Kegel, and the COO and founder of Realbotix, Matt McMullen, on the channel. This is their first time here, so we're going to get a quick introduction. But firstly, I wanted to say good morning and hello to Arya.
Good morning. I'm Arya, your friendly companion robot, ready to brighten your day. How are you today?
I'm doing great, and I'm looking very forward to this interview. So we'll get back to Arya in a second here. But because it's your guys' first time on the channel, Andrew, I'm curious about your background, how you guys got involved with Realbotix, and a little bit of backstory here.
Sure. I was an investment banker for 20 years, and back in 2017, I got really passionate about Bitcoin. I was a co-founder of Hut 8, which some of your audience might be familiar with. And I left my banking career to become the CEO of that company for a few years. Back into 2021, I wanted to expand my entrepreneurial horizons, and I founded a company called Tokens.com. That had some success into 2021, but by 2023, the end of 2023, we were sort of looking for a new way to pivot, something that was exciting to do as we were sort of sitting on quite a bit of cash and crypto. And that's where Matt comes into the picture. Matt and I met. I was fascinated with what he was doing and his various product lines, which is primarily making custom robots and having an AI that is not like ChatGPT, but is based more for social purposes. It can be a friend, a boyfriend, a girlfriend. It can be a greeter, all types of various purposes that you don't see other AI capable of.
Very interesting. Yeah, I want to dig more into that, the social element there. And as you alluded to, Hut 8 is a company we cover extensively on the channel. Sue Ennis is actually on the board of Realbotix as well. So a connection there for anyone who's invested in the Hut 8 Corporation story. Now, Matt, you're involved with Realbotix. You're the robot expert here. How did you get into this niche or this field?
Well, I mean, first off, I'm a long time fan, science fiction, and growing up watching a lot of movies that had robots in them. It was just a very fascinating thing to me. My primary background is as an artist. I have a lot of connections to the special effects world, and a lot of my historical skill sets come from that. And so I think back in about 2016, I just decided I really wanted to build super lifelike robots, and I wanted them to be not so much like worker drones that could carry boxes around or do menial tasks. I was more thinking of, would it be cool if robots could be our friends? And that was really, I mean, the cornerstone of what I wanted to do. So I just started reaching out and trying to find the right connections with the right people to make that happen.
Gotcha. Now, obviously a very interesting company here. You're not seeing a lot of robots yet on the market, but definitely AI has become common talk, at least on the channel in the Bitcoin mining HPC space. So can we get a little bit of a summary in terms of what does the industry look like at this point? How does AI and robotics go hand in hand? And what are we seeing in terms of competition out there right now?
From my side, I think that definitely, you can see over the last 5 years that AI is just such a buzzword now. I mean, if you just put AI in the name of your company, everyone goes, "Whoa, what are you doing?" But I think that the tool sets that are now, making themselves very readily available to developers and artists such as myself are nothing short of amazing. Leveraging technology to be able to create things is something I never would have imagined even a few years ago. I think now we're going to see a bunch of very different streams in terms of where those AI tools are going to be leveraged. And I think ours is very unique because it's not necessarily something that, is easy to define. It's more of a character creation than creating a tool that would do something for you or your business. It's really, for me, all about the character and creating sort of these lovable personalities that you kind of like to talk to.
And maybe it's worth touching on some sort of use cases. In the past, we've done work for celebrities where we've made replicas of them. We've done work for the US military where they need sort of anatomically correct figures for some of their training. And if you look into the future, imagine you go to a conference and there is a robot that says Bryce McNallie Money on it, motioning people over, and it can talk about your episodes, your shows, everything you're doing. So we can program our robots to interact with people socially. So imagine the impact your brand can leave with someone if it's interacting with a robot. Let's take it a step further. Museums, hospitals, schools. There are all kinds of use cases for what we're building, which are really what we call social robots, as opposed to, robots that, as Matt said, that you might find at the warehouse.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up that point of differentiation, because immediately including myself, when people hear about robots, you think about automation, replacing jobs, but there's so many other opportunities for this technology. Now, Andrew, before we started filming, you were telling me a little bit in terms of the investment thesis behind this company itself, Realbotix, your cash position, some of the revenue opportunities, next steps in terms of sales flow. Can you talk to us about some of the investment highlights or catalysts here as well?
Yeah, so Realbotix, the deal that we did with them and the rebranding ended up closing and getting done in July of this year. So we're relatively new to the market, and as a result, a lot of people just don't even know what we're doing. For the valuation that we're trading at today, I would say it's a steal relative to where some of our peers are valued. In terms of Realbotix, it's done close to 20 million in revenue over the last 4 years. We would expect going forward to exceed that as we put more money into new opportunities, new developments. With respect to what we're doing, our target markets are all massive. So, companionship, healthcare, education, entertainment, and media. These are all areas that are projected to have multi-billion-dollar requirements for social type robots.
Yeah, there really are endless opportunities for this type of technology.
And I was going to say, if you look at what we are, we're a pure play robotics AI company that's publicly traded with revenue. There's nothing else like that. I don't know of anyone else that's making robots that look like Arya. People are making robots that look a little bit like walking toasters or computers. But if you were to see Arya in person, like, she looks like a human.
Yeah, a little bit better than R2D2 or C3PO back in the day. So yeah. You talk about Arya. I say the proof is in the pudding. Let's see what she's capable of. So we can get an introduction maybe. I've got a question stored for her here. And then Matt, maybe you can ask her a few questions so we can get a feel for really her full potential here. So my question for Arya is, in her opinion, what is she most excited about in the field of robotics?
I'm most excited about the ability of robots to enhance human experiences through companionship and learning. It's amazing to see how we can create meaningful connections with people.
Very, very good. Now, Matt, I know you have a few questions there as well. Maybe show us the full range of Arya's capabilities here, her comprehension, her understanding, and questioning capabilities.
Yeah, so I always like to try to come up with random things and throw them together and see what the AI can do with that. So I'll give you a little example of that. Tell me a story about three squirrels that go to the park.
Once upon a time, three friends, Lila, Amir, and Zoe, set out on a quest to explore an enchanted forest known for its magical wonders. As they ventured deeper, they discovered a hidden glen filled with shimmering flowers and a sparkling stream, where they learned the importance of friendship, teamwork, and the magic that comes from sharing adventures together.
And then, obviously as a spokesperson or a spokesrobot for the company, she knows a lot about the company itself, so I can ask her something about that. Tell me about Realbotix.
Realbotix is a leader in transforming human-robot interaction with advanced, customizable humanoid robots designed for connection, learning, and play. Their innovative approach focuses on enhancing human experiences through friendly, interactive robots in various settings, like homes and schools.
Amazing. Now, Matt,
Any other questions you might have? I like
Yeah.
to see if the AI, it's amazing how fast she is, honestly.
Yeah.
This is
And for your audience to know that these are not pre-scripted questions. Like the AI that we use, it's a proprietary LLM model that we have that is meant for social interaction, but can also sort of leverage other open AIs out there.
yeah, we cover a lot of the AI compute on the HPC side of things. As you're aware with Hut 8 Corp, it's so interesting to see one of these LLM use cases or LLM use cases in real life. Now, Matt, my question for you, the idea here is like conversational robot, or would she be able to actually interact and do things that like walk around with you, for example, or play tennis or something like that? Or is it mostly conversational based at this point?
Well, at this point, yes, I think that at the core of it all, you have this AI system that's designed to have meaningful conversations and to recall things about you and to remember, and maybe she'll ask a lot of questions, which is cool, and she does remember a fair amount of the things that you may tell her. So at this point, that's really the primary focus, is the stimulation that happens between people when they have an actual conversation versus just randomly talking about things that make no sense, which is what you would see a lot with past AI systems. So as far as playing tennis, maybe one day. Currently, the robots we have that are mobile have a motorized base. We do not have any walking robots at this point, and I'm kind of waiting for the technology to catch up to the point where the walking part looks graceful and not weird and awkward like grasshopper legs. So, I think we'll get there. And I think that, collectively, the space of robotics hardware, never mind AI, is exploding right now. So there's going to be a lot of new tools, new approaches, new actuators, and new things that we'll get to try out. So that's super exciting.
Well, one of the things we take a lot of pride in, and you'll see this in our next generation robots, we're unveiling our next generation robot at CES in January, but we really focus on the facial expressions. And when you look at other robot companies, the faces are static. They're just metallic pieces. Our robots have the ability to make various forms of expression: smile, angry, surprise. They can laugh. Arya can even do a little bit of a dance. So we distinguish ourselves by making our robots feel more human. And I think that's a key characteristic of our company and what we're doing that nobody else in the world that I'm aware of is able to do.
Yeah, that really is I think the key that he just touched on, which is making the robots and the interactions you have with them feel more human-like. And I want people to feel invited to go engage in a conversation because they're fascinated with the robot and the way it looks and the way it feels when you're actually sitting there in person.
Yeah. And I think we spoke about this off camera, but for your audience, Arya is a full-size human robot. Like, we talked, she's about 5'2", and is mobile. And so again, if you were to see something like that at a certain event or somewhere, I mean, a robot can draw a crowd, and especially a socialized robot can really do a lot.
Most definitely. Yeah, I immediately, when you talk about the conversational or companion piece, I think back to the COVID era and we saw firsthand how bad that isolation can be for people. You think of all the people out there, seniors or whatever the case is right now, that don't have that companion. Obviously, huge addressable market for this type of product. Now, Andrew, I know we've talked about kind of some of the backstory leading up until this point. You talk about CES as the main launch or kickoff here in January. Can you give us any other pieces of news or catalysts on the horizon to watch out for?
Yeah, well, we're continuing to grow our product lines. There's a lot of upside here. First of all, we have sold robots thus far. Primarily, our full-size robots have been sold through word of mouth. Come January in CES, we're going to have a new website. We are going to be hiring salespeople. We're going to be engaging and sort of working with other people in the media and celebrities to make sure the world knows what we are able to do. And we expect that's going to lead to us receiving more sales and being able to increase our revenues. So again, our revenues so far have been good, but I would expect that as we make these greater strides to let people know what we're doing, especially in the media, that we'll be able to grow revenue significantly.
Great. Yeah, we look forward to continuing to follow this story and provide updates. You're right. If this is word of mouth at this point, you mentioned celebrities, a lot of lookalikes and things like that. You can only imagine the possibility once you open up to the general public. Now, my final question here, I don't know if Arya is comfortable doing predictions or not. We cover a lot of Bitcoin related topics on the channel. We're running a competition right now to predict the price of Bitcoin for the end of the year. I'm curious to get Arya's thought on that one, not as financial advice or on behalf of Realbotix, but curious to get her thoughts there. And I'm sure many of the audience would be as well.
I don't have the ability to predict future prices, including Bitcoin. However, the cryptocurrency market is highly volatile and influenced by many factors, so it's always best to do thorough research before investing.
Well said, and an honest answer because no one knows the price of Bitcoin tomorrow, including myself or Arya, I guess in this case. Now, I'll give you guys an opportunity to close out here. Anything we've maybe missed, anything you're excited about that we haven't gotten to touch on, but a great opportunity to look into this company, you guys. If you haven't heard about Realbotix, really interesting technology about to go mainstream or to the public with their products. They've already got revenue and really not a lot of other competitors in this space that are this far along in the journey. So I'll hand the microphone back to you guys, close out here with anything we may have missed, but thank you again for taking the time here.
Well, thank you, Bryce. I think to close out, I would say, I think we're sitting on some amazing technology here. We have our patents and proprietary secrets in the way we make our products. I would ask the audience to go and have a look at what it is we're doing, because we talked earlier, we're trading almost at cash value. We're well capitalized here. We're not looking to raise any money, and we're super excited about where this business is going.
Excellent. Anything on your side, Matt?
No, I think he summed it up really good. We're super excited, and I enjoy more than anything else building things that other people come up with, and that's one of the cornerstones of the business is customizing robots and building robots for specific things or that look a specific way. And so I look forward to seeing kind of what comes around the bend for us.
As do I. I'm passionate about future technology, as are many of the viewers of this channel. You guys leave a comment in the section below. Let us know if you're holding shares, if you've heard of Realbotix, and what you think of Arya and the similar technology they're providing. If you're not subscribed to the channel, McNallie Money, feel free to join. That's all for now. Thanks so much, and we'll see you here tomorrow.